We're born in the moonlight. Ain't no fantasy. Can't breathe in the sunlight.
Hello, Aromas. This is Aromie here. Welcome back to Changeling. I was gonna say Gilded Shadows, but we're not doing that. Anyway, we're here with Changeling. From what I remember last time, Adrian is a piece of jerk, and Marc came to save us with everybody else. I don't know what else is going on. You ready? Yeah. I glanced back at the house as we climbed in the car. It was amazing how life just went on. Spencer and I had gotten home safely, and without Mom and Dad realizing we were gone. Allie had worked some kind of magic on them just to be safe. The next day, we'd been waiting anxiously to hear how everything ended after we left the others still digging Adrian out of the building I'd managed to collapse. Mom and Dad had been called away in the afternoon after Grandpa had a minor relapse, which had the entire family on edge. They were staying at the hospital with him, so Spencer and I were by ourselves. So we're nearing the end of this route. I'm not ready. If there was a silver lining to that, it was that I've been able to go down to the mysterious agency to have a little chat with Vilos and some of the others about what had happened. So, how are you feeling? Better than I have in a few days, actually. Probably helped that Adrian was just sneaking in his room at night for some midnight snacking on his life force. I made a face. Adrian. That jerk. With all the craziness over the last few days, I forgot to say happy birthday yesterday. I completely forgot about that. Oh, so everything yesterday happened during our birthday? Well, technically, it happened the day before our birthday, because, yeah, right? He gave me a sidelong look. I was too busy being shocked at how you handled yourself yesterday. So, did the chaos happen yesterday? And then, I don't know. Yeah, well, I was pretty angry. There had been talk at the agency about forcing all the vampires out of Stone Circle in response to what Adrian had done, and the ones that followed him, even though it seemed like Matthew and the others were following along largely because they were terrified of him. The whole thing made me pretty mad. I was obviously nowhere near being able to forgive Adrian, but ultimately, I just felt that it was stupid to place all the blame on him, as if he made some kind of snap decision to go all supervillain on us. The combined efforts of the fairy magic infused into mine and Spencer's, I was gonna say spicy, Spencer's life energies, courtesy of the Fae, thank you very much, and the starvation-induced desperation, courtesy of the agency, has sort of set Adrian up for a pretty bad fall, not to mention all the bitterness at how the vampire community was treated. I'm still surprised you defended him. Same, but my girl's wrong. He did all of those things because the agency wouldn't allow them to eat freely and all that. It wasn't just him I was defending. The idea of making everyone suffer because he lost control is just stupid. I just think the agency needs to look at their own policies and take on some of the blame too. Not letting an entire group of people eat properly, then freaking out when they act like half-starved idiots is ridiculous. The whole ultra secrecy bit isn't helping matters either. They aren't going to budge on that one just because one high school student yells at them and throws a paperweight at the boss. What? Too bad I missed. I mean, you still attempted. He snickered softly and I smiled a little. If one thing felt like it was better, it was us. Vilos looks like he was about to pass out. He should be grateful I wasn't throwing things at him. Oh, I'm pretty sure he was. I'm just glad they listened. Adrian was not being expelled, but he was on medical leave, so he could get treated for the whole addiction thing. The rest of the club members were disciplined for acting on their own and not telling anyone else what was happening. Matthew and the rest of their group were dealing with a suspension, but they'd be back in a few days. Spencer and I got yelled at a lot, despite that I don't see how we were really at fault, but whatever. Spencer is getting payback by pestering Vilos with questions about magic, the supernatural, and positing annoying theories about how it all fit into current scientific theory. That, at least, was pretty damn funny to watch. We pulled into the school parking lot a bit early. I had a feeling Vilos was in for more questions. We got out of the car, and I spotted someone familiar on the other side of the parking lot. I'm going up. I'll be up in a few minutes. He followed my gaze across the parking lot and frowned. Okay, I'll see you then. I feel like it's Marc. Yep. He left me there and I started across to Marc, who was just getting out of his car. He paused when he saw me approaching. We hadn't talked a whole lot the past couple of days. At the very least, our little fight seemed to be in the past, but it felt like we still had some unresolved issues. Things had sort of backtracked a fair bit. The few days of flesh romance had faded behind everything that had happened since, and I wasn't sure where we'd be going from here on out. Hey. Hello? You're here early? As are you. I'm always here early. Yeah? I see you arrived with your brother. How is he? Adapting better than I thought he would actually. Oh, really? Sorry. That's good, I suppose. I just wanted to see how things were. I mean, I know something like this probably caused some ripples in your community, to say the least, but we're mitigating the damage. There are some talks about where our place in all this truly is. I think people have realized just how negatively some of these regulations have been affecting the younger generations. It's good people are talking about it now. He glanced down, then away. How's your hand? What about my hand? It got cut, right? I don't think it was that bad. Oh, Vilas healed it up. It's still a little sore, but he says it'll be fine in a day or two. I'm glad. Magic healing is pretty amazing. Anyway, I didn't want to bug you. I just wanted... Wait. Uh-oh. I'm not ready for these confrontations. Yeah? Michiko, I want to say this now rather than leave things unsaid. I think you and I should... What? Be friends? Stay friends. What? Wait, my girl? Does it? No! Oh, shit. Thank God this wasn't open. I cut him off before he could say whatever he'd been planning. Perhaps because I was just worried he would say we should stay away from each other, and I didn't want that. I shot him a smile. Because after all, your grades are really going to start slipping again if I don't keep tutoring you. That's what you're going to say, right? He looked at me silently for a moment. I wasn't sure if it was because he was just surprised or if he wanted to argue. But he just closed his eyes and smiled slightly. I was relieved. No, I'm not relieved. I don't want to be friend-zoned. If anything... Oh, I should really check my phone too. Sorry, hold on. If anything, I had learned that dating a vampire was probably not what I needed right now. But I also wasn't going to let him go back to ignoring me. I don't care. I want to date a vampire boyfriend. Excuse me. Yes, that's what I was going to say. Fuck. Good. He frowned. Fuck. I am still frustrated that humans receive more protection than we do, but I was glad to see you defending us. I only did what I thought was right. That's all. This is a really weird community, and I think that means you need kind of a weird approach to deal with it. We may be weird, but you are still one of us, you know. I know. I am grateful for that. Please tell me this is just part of the storyline, and then later on as it needs to be quick because this is about to end, he tells me the actual truth of what he wanted to say because, hello? Me too. Anyway, I'll see you in the club. Of course. Fuck. I waved and started back across the parking lot, wondering if I should go rescue Vilas from Spencer or just let him suffer. Chico! Hey! She joined me and we went up together. For the first time in a while, it really felt like things were going to be okay. No! What is this? Did I not get the relationship end? Oh no! I did not get the relationship end. Oh my god. I am not dealing with this ending. Alright guys. Little did I know. I kind of screwed up in the very beginning part where it's like, have you always been this naggy? Or just so you know, I don't need a bodyguard. I was supposed to choose the bodyguard selection, which I didn't know. Thank God they gave me the guide, or else I would have a heart of a hell time. I don't need a bodyguard. Prove it by making wiser decisions. I don't have time to continue to fight off every cryptic you decide you want to take home as a pet. Oh, I still can't skip, okay. I didn't want to take her home. I don't want her anywhere near my house, ever. Then stop talking to them. Fine, I get it, but for the record, it's just second nature to talk to people who talk to me first. It's been all of a... Okay, what? It's been all of a week since I got involved in all of this. I'm still getting used to the idea that things might not... Sorry, I feel like I chose this option, but then I went back. I don't know. I'm still getting used to the idea that things might want to kill me, eat me, or claw my eyes out and fill them with black goop because, hey, why not? I get it. I'm a newbie. I'm trying. If you were trying, you wouldn't repeatedly make the exact same error in judgment. You know what? I always try not to be clumsy, but I end up being clumsy anyway, you know. You know what? You're what? He raised an eyebrow. I cut myself off immediately, realizing I was about to prove a stupid point. Damn it, why did he have to be right? I'm wanting you to take me home, now. He smirked as if he knew that wasn't what I'd been intending to say. That's what I was planning to do before you delayed us. Shut up. Alright, well, I was supposed to choose that option, but, I'm gonna continue on now. Another selection with Adrian this time. Apparently I went to, you think that's the only reason he talks to me? Instead of, that's why you said hello, to find that out. I'm really wondering, what was I thinking when I was choosing the other options, to be honest? Is that why you said hi today, to figure that out? He looked a little surprised about Marc trying to claim me, I'm assuming. He looked a little surprised at that. I guess it had been a bit blunt, but I didn't really see a need to dance around it. No. Is that what you thought? That I was talking to you because of that? I shrugged. I wasn't sure what else I was supposed to think about it. Until today, we've never really spoken, despite that we have classes together. You're the one who just said we can't really talk in class. Not even a hi. I talked to you yesterday because I ran into you and you said ow. That hardly counts. I know you saw me walk with Marc this morning. You were watching me at lunch and again during study hall. Oh, okay. Not to sound all paranoid, but I mean, you're a little creepy. It did strike me as a little weird that you were suddenly saying hi. Adrian laughed a little sheepishly. I wasn't following you around or anything, if that's what you think. I was heading in the cafeteria for water already, and I saw you, so it seemed like a good time to say hello. That's all. I was curious about you, I won't lie about that, but I wasn't trying to be creepy or anything. Sorry if it came across that way. Too bad, it did. Alright. I think so far, most of the choices that I did pick weren't bad. It's just these little sudden, small, important ones, I chose wrong. Here comes another choice that I also chose wrongly. When I was falling into the black pit of a death hole, I was supposed to pick you would have failed the test tomorrow. You probably would have failed the test tomorrow. I gave him a shaky smile that had been utterly disturbing, but it had turned out okay. He looked even angrier, but released me at that. This is why this always happens to you. You don't take anything seriously. I was taking it seriously, but if I let myself think about it too hard, I was going to go to pieces. I didn't want to go to pieces in front of Marc, of all people. I could only imagine the levels of disdain aimed my way if I actually cried about it or something. Psh, cry all the time though. If I hadn't happened to be in the library, you could have been lost in there permanently. Do you understand that? Well, I took a deep breath. I did get the feeling it was pretty serious. Then act like it. In my defense, no one told me that door could kill me if I forgot to knock, okay? It shouldn't come down to you dying for you to just think. Well, excuse me for not seeing doorways as a possible vehicle for destruction. It's only been like a week since I learned doors can be portals, okay? What's the point of all your supposed research if you're not learning anything that can actually help you? Listen here, I don't even know what I'm researching to begin with, okay? Hi, Vilos. I believe it was this choice. Guess what, Marc? No one asked you to be. Okay, everything else seems to be the same. I'm gonna try to get Marc's correct ending, the lovely ending, today in this episode. So then the next one, we can go to Corbin. Okay, it looks like I chose wrongly very well. Like, a lot. And Marc's route, compared to the guy that I'm looking at, his, like, most perfect choices has 2 butterflies on it, and most of the ones I've been picking is 1 butterfly. And this one is where you either punch him in the arm, diligently start reading, or tell him off most quietly. I chose punch him in the arm, but what we're supposed to do, tell him off most quietly. Look what you did! I didn't do anything. He smirked slightly. Are we going to keep reading together, or are you going to make a fuss and force us to read in front of everyone? You're so... Ugh! He was such a brat. I don't know if he told us he can read our brain yet. Our mind yet in this section. Men from children, nothing differ. Marc raised an eyebrow. Much ado about nothing. Also Shakespeare. Now you're using it to insult me, I take it. Seemed appropriate. I smiled in spite of myself. His constant whining about the playmate reading with him annoying, but at the same time it was kind of fun. Alright, cool. I think we're Gucci now. I don't know what these other choices are, so I have to keep looking at the guide. I really chose all these choices wrongly. No wonder I got friend zoned so fast. Wait, I'm still mad at him, or is he going to kiss me when he's leaning in towards us when he's hungry? Okay, just recapping if you guys don't remember these parts. Wait, I'm still mad at him. I moved away abruptly, pushing his hand from my face. I was so not going to be taken in by his stupid pretty eyes and his even stupider cologne and his stupid pretty face, which was the only good thing about him anyway. Oh, I can't skip. Who does he think he's fooling? Like I'm going to be won over because he's all, ooh, look at me, subtly insulting you while I caress your face and look deeply into your eyes. Because I'm not. Stupid freaking vampire. I hate vampires. At first, he looked a little surprised by me pushing away, but as I watched, something amazing and slightly terrifying happened. For the first time since I'd known him, he broke into a proper laugh. Wow, I never got this luxury. At least I don't remember so. He's so adorable. A CGR I never encountered because my dumbass chose the wrong option. He's so cute. Oh shoot, he can hear this, can't he? Oh my god, he's so cute! You're so cute! Dang it, I really needed to watch my thoughts when I was around him. How embarrassing. Oh my god, he's so fucking cute. I need to pull this CGR properly whenever we get to the end. Marc ran a hand through his hair as he rested his head against the wall and continued to laugh. Apparently it was amusing to watch me argue with myself internally. This CGR is so captivating. It reminds me of when I'm captivated in like Toa and Yuzuki's route in Seven Scarlet. It's like a simple CGR, but it's so beautiful. Like I'm constantly wanting to look at his eyes. It's not that funny. Either that or being trapped is finally making him crack. But the laughter slowly trailed off and he continued to smile down at me. I really need to teach you how to keep those kind of thoughts to yourself. I'm not sure I'm ready to be tutored by you. You're not going to tell me how disturbing it is to see me laugh. Of course I'm not going to say that. I looked away, face stupidly red. Damn him. You have a nice smile, obviously. It's just a little weird seeing it. I rested my head against the wall. Sorry my thoughts are so loud. Alright, we're back to a normal regular show. To be honest, I might as well just keep this up. Because I've been choosing all wrongly. That's completely ridiculous, frankly. I don't know what they're talking about at this point. Sorry. Is it? I don't think you're like that. Like what? Oh, like the other vampires, I'm assuming? That's very generous, but what if I am, in fact, like that? I guess like the blood-sucking people. I gave him a long look. What was he trying to say by that? Was he trying to play devil's advocate? Or did he really see himself that way? Or was he just admitting that that's how he saw me? Then are you like that? Do you see me as a raven? I don't know. Vampires get attached to others easily. Too easily. Who's to say why that is? He reached for me cautiously, catching a lock of my hair. Whoa! And startling me as he twisted it gently between his fingers. When I saw you with Adrian, I was angry, just as he expected me to be. All I wished was to get you away from him. You tell me what caused that level of possessiveness, an instinctive drive to keep a competitor away from my prey. Okay. He released my hair and looked away. Even I don't know if that's why. No, it's because you love me. When he looked at me again, there was something strangely vulnerable in his expression, and that is not a word I ever expected to think in relation to Marc. You're content to be around me when you're my tutor, or when you can call yourself my friend, but if, in the end, you're simply another prey to me, I doubt you would still be content. Of course I'm not going to be happy if you tell me you see me that way. No friendship is going to survive if it's based on cannibalism. It's not... Nope, not a word. I sighed. Look, when you dragged me in here, you didn't just yell at me for getting involved with another vampire like some jealous predator. You yelled at me for getting involved with vampires in general. Sounded more like worry for my well-being than worry someone else would bite me first. I'm not saying I'm okay with you dragging me around for any reason, because I'm not. I'm just saying that. Whatever the reason for that little display of possessiveness, as you call it, I don't think it was something as simplistic as instinct. I paused and hit him on the arm. But don't ever do it again, you jerk. Seriously. That was so humiliating. I apologize. It was childish of me. It won't happen again. You have my word. then apology accepted. Wow, this route's so pretty. But like, of course your girl never got to this part. I've already been exposed to whatever he has? What am I talking about? Oh, Spencer being sick. Well, I've already been exposed to whatever he has. I mean, I slept next to his bed all night, so he had every opportunity to breathe his gross germs on me. Thank you, that's encouraging. I'm sure it's just some kind of 24-hour bug. He'll probably wake up and be his usual cranky self. I want you to know I'm proud of you for taking care of him like this. Well, he's obnoxious, but he's still my brother. It's so cute you slept in this room. You can say that because you didn't have to sleep on the floor. You could have slept in your own room. Nah, I was worried he might suffocate. His room smells like old socks. It's gross. I'm sure it's not because you were worried. Definitely not. Please take care of each other today. I'll text to check on you later. Why are vampires so discriminated against? I mean, making people like Adrian wear gloves, how do they justify that level of intolerance? This is probably why it was so hard to get Marc's correct route, and correct as in like perfect route instead of his normal route, because you have like the okay answers but then the double okay answers, and I don't know if any other route had that situation, but I don't think so, because I got everybody's I'm assuming perfect route in the other routes. Why are vampires so okay, I already read that. Not that I like the idea of people sucking out everyone's life force, but it doesn't sound like it was an issue on a day-to-day basis. I agree with you on this one too. I get why the decision was made, but I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that they try to enforce it outside the school as well. I'm starting to get why Marc is so bitter towards humans. It does feel like they're given precedence over the needs and comfort of cryptics. I mean, I don't know. I understand why. But it doesn't feel right. It's a tough call. I guess humans get precedence, because they don't even know they could be in danger just by touching another student, you know? Yeah? Man, it's scary thinking that most of society goes through the world totally unaware of all these hidden dangers. Makes you wonder if the secret is just complicating things unnecessarily. I guess so, but then when you consider some of the ways cryptics were treated in the past, there's no guarantee that people knew about us properly, things would be better. Yeah, I guess you're right. That could just lead to a whole new level of discrimination. So, how many okay, I already read that part. Wait, what? Oh, this is some new selection of... Okay. I'll go. I sort of need to apologize anyway. Sure. I trusted Allie to supervise that meeting. Adrian was wearing his gloves anyway. This is weird. I walked into the front door and let him in. Marc stayed on the porch with me. I flopped down again, yawning. To my surprise, Marc sat next to me. Just how long have you been sleepwalking like that? Oh. That. Oh my god, what if this route we don't get mad at each other? Bro. Okay, this is gonna be a long episode. Well, since we got back here, I guess. I have a thing that keeps me in my room at night, though. A thing? A potion. Allie gave it to me. I see. What's wrong? Nothing. He looked away, frowning. You didn't tell me something like that was happening. Well, there was no reason to. That's the reason you haven't been sleeping well. More or less, I tend to sort of wake myself up in the middle of the episode, so... But hey, I'm not waking up outside anymore, so that's a plus. Considering how ridiculously dangerous that is, I'd say so. Then, is that why you didn't sleep last night? Oh yeah, I woke up in the middle of Spencer's room talking to myself, then thought I was seeing the shadows move or whatever. Didn't sleep much after that. I see. So, you and Adrian are getting along? That's good, right? I wouldn't go that far. Simply relieved we're helping him keep this incident from Vilos. Yeah, I imagine he is. I was surprised you agreed. Yesterday you were quite upset. I was a bit panicked, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I had no idea what was going on. He's a pain, but he's still my brother, and... Well, I just felt guilty, him getting hurt because of me again. I kept thinking things like, what if he never woke up? Or what if he woke up and hated me even more? I could have sworn we already read this. Yesterday's incident was not because of you. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't be remotely involved with the club or its members. He met Adrian because of me. I suppose that part is true. And speaking of that, I wish to relay something to you. Oh? I don't know if it's a... Oh, these words I don't know. Pertinent to your research, but I spoke with Adrian at length yesterday, and he happened to mention something that caught my notice, related to my research. Perhaps he knows that Spencer's life energy is quite different from yours, which did initially beg the question how he had managed to sample yours. Oh, that. Had to be in the club the other day. He just accidentally touched my hand, no big deal. So he did take a little? And I didn't notice? Ew. Adrian has the ability to somewhat sense the properties of an individual's life energy, but he did admit he had accidentally absorbed some of yours. Well, apparently I'm not to his taste, so... He mentioned that as well. He said your life energy is rather potent and exceptionally pure to the point it burns. Huh, the purity thing is due to being Fae, right? Yes, but Faes also typically have very weak life energy as well. Oh, so that's why he was confused. He said something about me not being weak like other fairies or something. I had no idea what the heck he meant at the time. He said the strength of yours is similar to the strength of a normal human's life energy, which is, needless to say, unusual. He also happened to mention that your brother's life energy is far purer than a normal human, though not to the level of a fae. He speculated that perhaps you and Spencer are both half fairy. That's not a thing. I mean, my understanding is that no matter your heritage, you're either fully fae or fully human. I told him that, but it begs the question, why you and your brother have life energy that is somewhere in between? That is a little weird. Adrian suggested that it might be due to some sort of twin bond. Is that a thing? It wouldn't be unheard of. There are instances where one person's energy or aura may affect another's. His theory was that if Spencer is human, then he may somehow be pulling your energy more to the human side, while you, as a fairy, pull his more toward the fae side. But of course, the reason could be something else entirely. Perhaps something to do with your past experiences, which is the latter. If my life energy burned Adrian, then what did Spencer's do? It clearly didn't burn him, since he didn't exactly let go immediately. No, he got hungry for that. Maybe he just tasted super gourmet. Though I was just guessing that purity and improved taste. Could be wrong on that. At any rate, this could be entirely useless information, but I wanted to let you know. Thanks for telling me. It gives me another thing to look up. I'm guessing Adrian never encountered something like this before, even before the glove rule came into effect. He gave me a sharp look. I shrugged. I got this story from Allie. She told me not to tell you I knew, but I'm really starting to hate secrets, and I don't see a problem with me knowing what happened. I see, so she told you that story. Holy fuck, this route is completely different. I'm not going to make you talk about it. Okay, and I still can't skip. There's not much to discuss anyway. It's already 2 years in the past, but everyone is clearly still feeling the repercussions. You don't need to feel sorry for me. It's not that. I guess I just understand some things a little better now. I'm sorry that you were dragged in the middle of it all, and that it ended up causing problems for you. It's caused problems for Spencer more than me. As if what happens to him doesn't affect you? Well, that's true. He said and brushed off his pants. But to answer your question, it doesn't seem so. Interesting, I said as well. Come on, let's go see how's it going in there. I think I can probably talk to Spencer again without it devolving into shouting. If he gets too loud, we can have Adrian knock him out again. Please, no. I don't think I can handle another night sleeping in his room. Whoa, okay, this one's completely different. I opened the front door, letting us both in. We could hear voices coming from the kitchen, but everyone sounded calm. That was a good sign. I led Marc that direction. He looked around curiously, and I wondered if he'd ever even been in a house this small before. Okay. When we reached the kitchen, everyone was seated around the table. Spencer was looking decidedly more awake and less disheveled. They all looked up as we entered. So, how's it going? Dude, why is this? Oh my god. I completely lost so much dialogue by choosing wrongly. Well, now that you're not here threatening strangulation, I can start again. Please don't. So, you know everything now. Well, I guess I have. I guess I've had my suspicions confirmed. I cautiously made my way to the table and pulled out a chair out. So what now? Well, now we introduce him to Vilos. Yeah, you know I'm capable of finding books myself, right? Dude, I didn't choose that option. What the fuck did I choose? You don't have to do that. I think I chose that one. I am capable of finding books myself, you know. Is it that difficult to believe I simply wanted to help you? I'm just saying that your help isn't required. Help doesn't have to be required for one to offer it. Besides, what happens if the books are on the top shelf? What are you calling me, short? Because the truth is the truth. There are stepladders. I can only imagine how you find a way to fall off and break something. I'm nowhere near that clumsy. Well, I am, so. Are they always like this? Yeah, I think it's their weird way of flirting. We're not flirting. Indeed. Fine. You're totally not flirty. I believe it. For your information, I thought we were going to look for more books. Fine, fine. I shot Allie an annoyed look and left her there with Spencer. Marc followed quietly behind me. Oh, what is this about? Do you think I'd take you somewhere frightening? No, I don't, obviously. What did I pick? Oh, I chose this one. So does that mean this is a date? Which is a neutral answer. So it's not good or bad. I smiled slightly. No, I don't. His lips curved up. He was apparently pleased that I'd given him that one so easily. I still like the date answer, though. Then you've answered your own question. I suppose I have. Could have went against his practicality, I guess. Then in that case, I suppose it won't be a problem for you to meet me in the club room at lunch. Nope, it's Gucci. The club. Okay, sure. So you wanted to take me to the club room for lunch? That was odd. Then again, I had heard that the door in there apparently didn't just lead to the library, so maybe we're going somewhere through there. That was the only thing I could think of, but was that even allowed? I didn't really know how the school rules applied to things like traveling through magic portals. The handbook didn't exactly cover that much. Marc gently flicked my forehead. Stop overthinking it. You'll see when we get there. It's human nature to think about things. But it's your bad habit to get sucked into a cycle of overthinking it. You know what? I overthink and I overworry. So, you cannot help me. Then don't be so mysterious. No, we like that. I'm not being mysterious. I would simply like it to be a surprise. Oh, a surprise. I suspect you'll enjoy it. So just wait patiently until then. So I guess we're going somewhere through the door. Now I was really curious to what he had in mind. What are you doing here? Damn, you just straight up ask, what are you doing here? That's the choice we were supposed to pick. I eat lunch here. I shot Marc a glance. He had to have known that, right? Is this why he even brought me here? Why here instead of the cafeteria? It's just easier, I guess. The more time I spend with people who aren't in the club, the more I realize how much of my life I can't share with them. How come you never told me about it? I could have eaten lunch here with you. Well, I heard you were having lunch with Dan and Elliot, so I figured you just wanted to hang out with them. You're kind of struggling with, you know, the idea of all this. I thought you wanted to maintain that normalcy like they do. I've been wondering this whole time where you had lunch. Really? Why didn't you ever ask? I kept forgetting. Marc cleared his throat softly and started to the other side of the courtyard. Where are you going? I took the liberty of ordering something for you to eat. I believe I'll go pick it up. He not so subtly left me and Allie alone to talk. Okay, this is where we had that huge ass argument. We're supposed to pick. I think it's normal to have mixed feelings about this. I don't remember what I picked, but obviously it was most likely wrong. And my phone's blowing up, but I'll just reply later. Isn't it normal for me to have mixed feelings about this? Wait, I chose that. I did choose that. Wait, what? He hesitated just slightly there, as if battling. Wait, what? Dangerous for what? Oh, for me to walk home alone. Oh, and this is where that creepy ass old lady came and attacked me. But we chose correctly all in the prior choices, so he's gonna protect us, right? He hesitated just slightly there, as if battling with himself over caring. I felt a twinge of frustration and regret that we were fighting over this at all. We shouldn't be. But he was the one who said he hated me, and I knew that he probably didn't mean it any more than I'd meant that I didn't want the supernatural to exist. But that didn't mean it didn't hurt. If I get into trouble, it'll be my own fault then, and I won't blame anyone but myself. I'll drive you. Are you even kidding me? I don't think so. I turned away, intending to leave him there, but of course, it was Marc. He had to have the last word. Storming away without worrying about the consequences is just what I expected from you anyway. You always expect the world to step aside so you don't get into any trouble, regardless of your actions. Throw a book bag at him? That's what we were supposed to fucking say? Dude, no wonder I got crap in. Crap in, it wasn't even that bad. Crap in, because I got friend-zoned. I hurled my book bag at him with all the force I could muster when he said that. I didn't ask for your damn opinion. It spun around and fled angrily down the sidewalk. Okay. It pauses here because... New dialogue, yes, Marc's gonna come save me. The heel of my boot caught in... Oh, fuck. I'm fucked. The heel of my boot caught in a low spot in the sidewalk and I nearly lost my footing. The woman's hand raked through my hair. Ew! I took off at a run, hoping she wouldn't follow me, and hoping she was just a drifter that would find her way out of town after the weekend. To my relief, she didn't follow me. I stopped just past the last buildings of town square, my chest aching and burning from the cold air. It was then that I noticed a white streak in my hair. I picked up the lock to examine it. Did that woman do this? I was glad it was on the underside where I could easily cover it, but what the heck? I felt like I'd read something about that. Something about a tree spirit that left a white mark when it touched you, and if it touched your heart, it would kill you. But on the head, it will only inflict madness. Geez, I'm glad she only got my hair. Fairies sucked, all of them. I hadn't done a damn thing to that stupid woman. I shivered and started walking quickly toward my house, trying to stay alert in case she came back for round 2. Bitch. Oh shit, almost dropped my drink again. The first thing I noticed was my book bag sitting squarely in the middle of the coffee table. Oh, because I threw it at Marc that one time. That was a relief. Marc must have brought it back yesterday. Either that or this morning at the very least. I was grateful he didn't leave it on the street after I'd thrown it at him. Rubbing my eyes, I flopped on the sofa, tipping my head back to look at the ceiling. I really need to pull myself together. I felt William's weight on the sofa next to me. Get thee to a nunnery. Really, Marc? Was the one I was supposed to choose. A nunnery? You know, from Hamlet. Be thou as chaste as ice, as pure as snow. Thou shalt not escape calumny? Get thee to a nunnery. Go. Looks like Mr. Grumpy Butt isn't the only one that needs a tutor. Hamlet's kind of cranky, so he bites his girlfriend's head off. You're not my girlfriend. I looked up at him, a dry smile on my lips. No, that's for certain. Ouch! But you were biting my head off about something stupid, so I felt there was a correlation. If I recall, Hamlet was cranky about his mother's infidelity and his father's murder. Well, when I murder your father and sleep with your mother, you're welcome to bite my head off. Until then, how about you just go away? Because if I flirt, and with whom I flirt, it's none of your business. Elliot let out a soft whistle and looked toward Marc curiously. Marc let out a noise of disgust. Sorry, Marc. I don't know why my girl's so rude. Or bear? Fuck. Why did I choose wrong for everything? I thought you were a bear. I couldn't pinpoint why, but for some reason the guy made me nervous. He looked fine, normal, good looking even. Whoa, stop. I mean, I did say he was good looking when I first saw him too, so. But somehow seeing him had made me feeling more on edge than I had been when I was alone. Haha, no, sorry, it's just me. Not being a bear isn't typically something you have to apologize for. Who are you? The boy grinned and came closer, but I sidled away, trying to keep some distance between us. What's wrong? You're acting like you don't trust me. Are you alone? Yeah, I am. He narrowed his eyes and took another step. I countered by taking another step back. Do you not know who I am? Should I? He was definitely surprised by that. I see. That's interesting. Interesting? He seemed to almost be talking to himself rather than me. He looked up and smiled slightly. No, it's nothing. Was just talking to myself, that's all. I mean, at least you're admitting that you're talking to yourself. Who are you? My name is Adrian Wallace. We go to school together. School? Is that what he said last time too? Or did he say his name was Adrian, that he was our boyfriend? I racked my brain trying to pull up any memory of school. Spencer and I had started back to Stone Circle. A few faces flashed through my head. Okay. What are we supposed to do here? Question him further is wrong. Reject that explanation doesn't feel right. That's the choice that we're supposed to pick. I backed away, keeping a close watch on him as I did so. I don't believe you. You don't believe that we're dating. Why not? Because of what boyfriend would react like this? The boyfriend would be super nervous. Worried. You're not my type. Oof! And if we were dating, I'd never sneak out at night to hear an apology. How stupid. You want to apologize and just do it directly. He looked rather surprised at that. He burst out laughing. The sun was alone the otherwise quiet forest. I watched warily, wondering if he was just nuts. Well, I wasn't sure you'd buy that story anyway. Even without your memories, you're still you. I don't know what that means, but I want to know who you are. I told you my name, and we really are classmates. But the boyfriend part was a lie. He shrugged helplessly and gave me a deceptively innocent smile. What's really going on here? You know, don't you? Why else would you lie to me? I told you I'd explain everything if you came with me. I'm not going with you. I'm going home. Do you even know how to get home, bitch? Lower the mice. You don't even know where you are. At the very least, I know I'm not going with you. I backed away from him, wondering how I could get away. He didn't seem like he was going to just let me leave. Not if he was willing to lie to get me to go with him. Something was definitely wrong. Otherwise, he just explained things properly. For a split second, neither of us moved. Then he shifted slightly, and I knew he was about to lunge for me. I whirled around and broke into run before he even moved. Michiko, damn! Nope, bye. I heard the sounds of him crashing after me. I didn't get far. I almost didn't really expect to, but I was hoping anyway. Something heavy hit my back. Oh, fuck. Hi, Spencer. Oh, don't cry. This isn't the time to go to pieces, okay? Did I say that? No, I did not. I'm so doo-doo. Because I decided to go backtrack because I think all the sound effects were this. This isn't time to go to pieces. I don't know why you're blaming yourself, but just knock it off. I gave him a sidelong look. What's with you and finding it utterly necessary to blame someone for everything that happens? I looked around the building, chewing my lip as I tried to take in the situation. I guess I should just be thankful you're not blaming me for this one. You're not mad at me? I raised an eyebrow. No, why would I be? You don't remember what happened? I didn't, actually. Though the way he was acting was a bit concerning. Still, it didn't seem like the time for another of our screaming matches. If you did something I need to be mad about, I'll have to get mad later. We don't have time to worry about that right now. What I need to know is what's going on right now. Where are we? Why are we here? Listen, do you remember the club? Yes, I do. Alright. Okay. Okay, I think from here on out, it's just new dialogue. There's no other choices out here. Okay. I think this is the part where I'm telling him to just lick the blood that I got from the cut. Do it! It's not a request. If you get hurt because you're stubborn, I will never forgive you. What's the point of being weird about it? You're a pain. So are you. He took my hand hesitantly and finally lowered his head to the injury, pressing his mouth against my skin. I wasn't sure what I expected. It hurt, of course. Okay. I mean, he was sort of nibbling at a pretty deep laceration. It was also kind of embarrassing. Plus, he was making little slurping sounds that made me feel awkward. And all of that was going on while there was a brawl outside and another, slightly crazy vampire was lurking on the other side of the room. I felt really weird about the whole thing. Apparently he did as well because he pulled away sooner than I expected, the back of his hand pressed to his mouth. That's all I need. Adrian's awake anyhow. Are you, better now? Yes. Good. Hey, Adrian, for me too. The only person I'm doing any of this for is you. Oh my god. He left us there and darted across the building to land a punch on Adrian just as he stood. Okay. I felt an almost undeniable urge to go to him, but I stumbled back against the wall instead, staring at him in horror. What had he done to me? Is this what Spencer felt every time Adrian told him to do something? Oh, fuck. Bitch. Well, the sound... Nah, I never really thought that was a concern. He's too smart for that. For what? Oh! To just go along with Adrian. But how did you guys know we were here? Are you ready? Oh, wait! This is where Marc's taking us to school instead of us going with Spencer. Oh, but I never got to tell Spencer happy belated birthday. Yeah, I'm coming. I was with Spencer, who was just coming out of the house, and hopped into Marc's car. I settled back into the passenger seat with a sigh as Marc pulled out of the driveway. Even after all that had happened, life just kind of kept going. Spencer and I had gotten home safely that night. Oh, okay, I can't skip. And without Mom and Dad realizing we were gone, Ali had worked some kind of magic on them just to be safe. The next day, we'd been waiting anxiously. I've already read this, but okay. Anxiously to hear how everything ended after we left the others, still digging Adrian out of the building. I managed to collapse. Mom and Dad had been called away in the afternoon after Grandpa had a minor relapse. That was not fun, but I seemed to be doing more or less okay. They were staying at the hospital with him, so Spencer and I were by ourselves. If there was a silver living lining to that, it was that I'd been able to go down to the mysterious agency to have a little chat with Vilos and some of the others about what had happened. How's your brother doing? A lot better now that Adrian isn't slipping into his room at night for occasional midnight snack on his life force. I would imagine so. I gave him a sidelong look. And how's he doing? Adrian, I mean. As can be expected, the withdrawal is painful. If he was human, he would likely not survive it. If he was human, he wouldn't have been eating fairy life force to begin with. Perhaps not. The humans have eaten fairy fruits many times, and they typically don't survive being weaned off it. That was true enough. Fairies suck. Perhaps. But Adrian and his friends owe the leniency he received to one particular fairy whose shouting at the agency's director could apparently be heard out on the street. I wasn't shouting that loudly. That is not what I heard. I also heard you through a paperweight. I was angry. Clearly. Look, I'm not exactly ready to forgive him for what he did to Spencer or what he had tried to do to me, but it's unfair to lay all the blame on him. At the core of everything was the fact that he was half-starved due to the agency's regulation of vitae. Not to mention the bitterness about his brother and how vampires in general are treated. They had to accept part of the blame. I doubt they would have had you not insisted, loudly and violently. Okay, so this route, they actually listened to me. As it is, he's lucky he's only on medical leave, not expelled. The others are lucky to be dealing with a suspension only. Yeah, well, I'm less inclined to be as kind of Matthew and the others, but from the sounds of it, they were pretty terrified after Adrian threatened them. So I guess it doesn't make sense to be too hard on them either. I have to admit that I was surprised you defended him so vehemently. His voice was a little tinged with annoyance. I smirked slightly and reached for his hand. I wasn't trying to protect just Adrian, you know. I know. So cute. We reached the school and went up to the club together. Mornings these days were a little more active than usual. All the club members had been disciplined for acting on their own and not telling anyone else what happened. Spencer and I got yelled at by Vilos a lot. Pretty much everyone was being forced to help him in the library, carting books around, sorting storage rooms, and so on, as punishment. Spencer was getting revenge by pestering him with questions about the supernatural, though. That was usually fun to watch. They didn't seem to get along. I was pretty sure it was because they were a lot alike. But it was nice to see Spencer adapting, slowly but surely. Wow, this route is so beautiful. I dropped my things on the sofa and went to the library door. I didn't head into the library, though. Instead, to Solace Court. Marc was right behind me. Not going to the library this morning. Vilos will complain. Why are you following me? You're just like walking along behind me. Coffee first. He can complain only once, but he's going to complain more if I'm cranky. No doubt. I stopped halfway through the courtyard and turned to him. We had been spending time together the last few days, but the fight we'd had last week wasn't something we'd really talked about yet. I hated leaving that hanging. It felt wrong to just move on without addressing that. I took a deep breath and moved a little closer to him. He's like, what? Marc, about last week, I want you to know that He stopped my words with a finger to my lips. I know. Reading my mind again. He frowned. Your thoughts have gotten a lot quieter since you returned to your own body, to the point I wonder if they were only so loud because they weren't fully attached to the one you were in. You seemed annoyed by that. I just gotten used to the noise is all. Oh, that's so cute. You can't really hear me anymore. Marc, do you like me? I want you to tell me clearly. Please clarify. Are you stupid? No. He touched my cheek gently, sliding his fingertips along the back of my jaw. His hand trembled slightly. Oh, you're so nervous. I like you. Of course I like you. I've liked you from the start. Nuh-uh. Don't lie to me. You did not fall in love in first sight, whatever the line is. I smiled up at him. Those were the words I wanted to hear him say. I know. He scowled. If you knew them, why make me say it? Just because I need clarification. Because I wanted to see that look on your face. He glared at me. I just laughed. You're a pain. So are you. He pulled me to him in a tight hug. I'm sorry for the things I said last week. I was stupid and obviously wrong about you. I'm sorry too. All of this had been frustrating and overwhelming, but I wouldn't give it up, any of it. I pulled away a bit. Well, maybe the part where Adrian tried to eat me and my brother, that was a bit weird. Just Adrian. It didn't bother you when I did it. Okay, you didn't need to bring that up. I flushed and looked away. That was an extenuating circumstance. He put his fingers on my chin, lifting my face to look at him. It was, and I don't intend to do it again. You're not prey. That isn't how I see you. I know. I'm just glad fairy blood doesn't have the same addictive properties as our life energy. It would be annoying if you kept trying to bite me every time we saw each other. Yes, it looks like your fairy magic doesn't work on me. Then what does work on you? Would you really like to know? No, I'm kind of backing out at this point. Of course I do. I need some kind of weapon against you. He gave me a teasing smile as he pulled me against him. My eyes went wide as heat flooded my face. I suppose I have no choice but to give a demonstration then. Oh shit! I'm not ready. It's so cute! And with that, he leaned down and kissed me. Oh my god, this teacher is so adorable. The pose and everything. Bruh, this is not fair because... if you're weak to that, then I can't kiss you at all. And that's not gonna happen. I wrapped my arms around him tightly, so grateful to be able to be with him, to be a part of his life, and grateful he was a part of mine. It had been a rocky start, but I had a feeling it was only going to get better from here. No, I knew it was only going to get better. Oh, Marc, I love you so much. That took so long. This is the longest episode, most likely. But now we can see Marc. I'm missing a photo here. I don't know what that photo was about. Oh, look at it. He's so cute. He's so cute. Oh, Marc, I love him so much. This is honestly adorable. I don't know what this photo is. Maybe a bad ending? Jesus, Marc. I don't know. I don't know how to feel anymore. Because we gotta move on. We gotta keep moving on. Oh, look at his ears. So pointy and adorable. He's so adorable. I'm sure you guys already know my ranking chart. Obviously, Marc is #1. I really love how his story is written. There is enough romance. There was enough story lore. I actually really enjoyed the pacing as well. And then, of course, this route I actually had to play twice because I didn't get his like official perfect ending. I'm gonna call it the perfect ending. I got the normal ending compared to these guys. These guys got smooches real fast. Well, except William, because he doesn't have that. But I don't give a shit because he gave us a forehead kiss. But let's see. Now to rank everything as of right now, just because I feel like it's been forever since I played the other guys' route, I'm just gonna go based off memory on theirs about how I felt. Marc, obviously #1. Marc, Elliot, Danny, and William. Damn. I'm sorry, William. But I think in William's route, it was more sad than anything. It really hurts me to say that. It really does. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, William. But anyway, in the next episode, we're gonna go towards our little beautiful blonde luscious hair. I'm assuming that's blonde, white blonde, or is that just white? Our beautiful emerald-eyed Corvin. And I cannot wait, and I hope you guys are excited. And then we're gonna finally go for mysterious boy Ewan that I have not touched or seen at all. Imagine if he just went... Imagine him stealing Marc's rank. I don't think anyone can steal Marc's rank right now. Maybe, I hope not. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Stay beautiful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.